Welcome back to Sunrise Daily, coming to you live from our Abuja studio. Standing by with me is Dr. Your name, please?
Adeniji.
Adeniji, thank you. I don't like to butcher people's names. You're very welcome to the program. When you look at UK-Nigeria relations, one of the issues that comes up is, the increased trade and investment that they are pledging. Whether it comes to fruition is another thing. What are your thoughts on the visit, and what do you think the implications will be for Nigerians?
The visit from the United Kingdom was a welcome development. We've longed for that. And if you look at the content of the agreements that were signed between Nigeria and the United Kingdom by Theresa May, you will see that some of them are actually the burning issues in Nigeria currently. And so I feel that if this is followed through, it will go a very long way in helping, to stabilize Nigerian politics. Currently, our economy is ailing. There's a big challenge we have, with our economy. If you look at the first quarter looked brighter than the second quarter, if you look at it. The first quarter, our GDP was about 1.95%, if my memory could serve me right. Then if you look at the second quarter, that's dropped to about 1.50. So if we will follow through, in this agreement, I think it will go a long way in helping Nigeria. And I think also United Kingdom have a lot to benefit from this relationship if, it's well managed.
Well, one of the interesting things we've seen, kind of from a macro perspective, is that obviously the UK preparing for the post-Brexit era. Once that deal is ultimately signed with the European Union, they're now having, of course, to sign trade agreements with so many different countries since they are no longer benefiting from the EU partnerships. Can you give us a sense of what role you think Nigeria will play in the larger picture of UK investment in Africa? Because we know she was just in South Africa. I believe she's going to some other African countries as well.
You hit the nail on the head. The Brexit was actually one of the fundamental reasons behind the United Kingdom looking for partners all over. And where the world has turned, they have turned to African countries. Now, and apart from the Brexit, you will notice there's trade war between America and the European nations. If you notice that. But you see, going down with the Brexit had made the United Kingdom, especially, to begin to look for friends, looking for relationship outside the Western countries, outside the Americans, so that they can have, and one of the best destinations to be is Nigeria, actually. But Nigeria has a lot of potential, untapped, aspect of our economy that has not been touched at all. Those that are even touched, they are not well, managed. So if the United Kingdom will follow through in this relationship that has just started, or have been rejuvenated yesterday, I think it will go a long way in benefiting the two countries. United Kingdom, for example, we get a lot of things from Nigeria.
Let's look more specifically now. We know that part of one of the agreements that was signed yesterday is, of course, a £70 million agreement that would essentially see what the UK Prime Minister Theresa May is promising would lead to 100,000 jobs for Nigerians in the financial tech industry in particular, giving this money to for startups and for innovative young Nigerians. What are your thoughts on that? In terms of potential impact.
Now, if the 70 million pounds is put into Nigerian economy, I think it's a whole lot of investment, and the impact is going to be very, very great. And because if you look at it, this sector that this money is being targeted at is a sector that actually needed a lot of help, and they've been, clamoring for that. And so if this assistance will be properly pulled through, if we properly, guided, and it will go to the channel. I mean, to be channeled towards, you know, the area in which it is targeted at. I think you'll be surprised at the outcome of this, you know, this investment. Now, if you look at it specifically, it talks about technology. And if you look at the current world economy, the best way to invest is through technology. Now, and if we would do that, I think that will be the beginning of greatness in Nigerian economies. So I think if that money will be put, you know, to proper use, if it will be properly guided and channeled to, you know, the said, you know, area, no, it will go a long way.
Well, one of the very interesting things here about the financial tech industry is obviously its impact, its potential to impact all different sorts of sectors. What the Prime Minister referred to yesterday on her visit was how financial tech industry in the UK could potentially collaborate with young Nigerian entrepreneurs and innovators to create new fintech products in the agriculture sector to ensure that farmers have seedlings in the banking sector, et cetera, et cetera. When you look at it from that vantage point, to what extent do you believe we are equipped and ready, our young people, to carry on that partnership, particularly when you look at the fact that many of our young people were able to start very successful startups, even in a recession. Obviously, moving out of a recession now, there are said to be some bright prospects. What are your thoughts?
All right. So if you look at it now, a lot of our young people are very, very industrious. And, you know, if you look at the way they've struggled through, even with the meager resources they had, you know, especially when we were in recession in about 2016. We just came out of it 2017, thereabouts. Now, if you look at it, you will see that a lot of youth are interested in, you know, looking beyond, you know, employment in the government cycle. And quite a number of them were interested in farming. I've seen several of them that have shown a great interest in going to agricultural sector. But the challenge they have had so far has been, you know, the availability of, you know, some, you know, loans that will help them, you know, to stabilize and put things, you know, in proper, you know, perspective. I think if by the time this money is, or this, you know, investment is, you know, actualized, I think it will go a long way in boosting the capacity, you know, of these young people that have, you know, shown a great interest in, you know, the tech, you know, industry and in agriculture, another sector that, you know, they have engaged in. So I have a great hope with this, if it will materialize. I just want to believe that it's not going to be cosmetic, that it's going to be symbolic, and it will, I mean, it's going to materialize. You know, if that we go by, I think we will go a long way in turning, you know, the fortune of Nigerian economy around, you know, in that direction.